Finally. Oh man, there it actually is. Final of the day, dude. All right, Brant, we got a mission today. Number one, we got to catch people up on what we've been doing. We had a full rebrand, well, with the brand. We're no longer Hate Brand Goods, and we are not dead yet. That rebrand is done. Next up, we are still wrapping up the final edit of the bike ride with Hannah. We are really excited about how that's been going. We've been away from YouTube for a little bit. We've had a lot going on. And for the rest of today, we have a 4.5-hour drive to Topeka to go sign some posters, to go with a shirt that we've got coming out. Getting a chance to do art prints or any of this other type of stuff, it's one of my favorites. And then, got a surprise for everybody. It's kind of like, you know, if we produced a Not Dead Yet movie, this is what they look like. From the creative side, giving our fans something more tangible to put on the wall as this constant reminder, right, of the years in front of us and our passion toward our future and building the best us that we can build. These are another reminder, I'm not dead yet. So my signature here, and then the other numbers that are really important to me, like 12 and 14 of the years I won world championships, and then they're anchored by the bottom number of 1141. It's the number of weeks I've got left to live. This here is a chance for you to put your number in. And the way to figure that out is take 78 minus your age, multiply that by 52. And that's a loose idea of how many weeks you've got left to live to accomplish everything you've ever dreamed of. And I hope these posters keep that fire lit in you and keep you focused on accomplishing those goals. So we got down here in Topeka, got everything we needed from the warehouse, signed all the posters. We had a 4.5-hour drive home, but oh, finally. Look at this. El Camino. Is done. So we're gonna go pick up the L, call it a day. Finally. Oh man, there it actually is. Final of the day, dude. My dream car. Is it anyone else's dream car? Probably not. But it's for sure shit mine. This worked out perfectly. Oh man. How's she feel?
Night and day.
I can't wait, man.
I mean, it's still an old car. But
perfect. I was hoping it'd still feel like an old car.
right, yeah.
How's it going?
Got some beats.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still a slight hesitation, which I have a feeling it has a lot to do with the weather.
Okay.
But it's still got like, it's only got 30 miles on it. But
okay.
That's my hand doing it. sound like that before.
No. Slightly different.
We just got to bump the idle down.
Woohoo!
What the hell happened here?
Is up equal horn now?
Take a look at that situation.
That's exciting.
No, that's weird. I'll fix that.
All right.
That's weird. But anyway. No, the cam was so fucked up.
I love that the horn works on the turn signal. Oh, the beauty of old cars. Okay. And then I pull for water.
Oh, you push.
Push.
Say what this is all
Yeah.
printed. And then I've got, if it showed up.
We have another glove box.
I've got a brand new glove
Okay.
box for you if it showed up.
Yeah, if not, we'll add it. We'll get it in.
Oh yeah. Let me keep straight. Flip it over. Pulls right out the top.
Is that all from the door panel speakers, or did we put it? Finally. Have tunes.
You're wrong, it is a tired 283.
It is a tired 283.
See, it is.
What is it, 350?
No oil leaks, it's clean. I mean, it runs good.
What is it to swap that? Oh man. That's a lot better than it was. Wait for Paul to get over here and run us through everything we did
All
to
right.
it.
I used to have a 66 one.
Oh yeah?
66 and a 70.
Yeah. I've wanted an El Camino. I wasn't terribly picky on year. And then
So before, it does have a slight hesitation, and unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with the manifold and the carburetor being a little too much for the engine combination.
okay.
But it's what we had,
Yeah.
and it was free.
That sounds good. that's the right price for what I'm doing with this car right
we're just
now.
trying to put a Band-Aid on it.
That's it.
So every job I've done, always been within the budget that they asked for. If there was a little bit more, it was okayed first. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's the way it's gotta be.
I'll say that with my experience of working with you, Paul, like I've dealt with old cars before, right? So I know timelines get,
Right.
once you don't know what it is till you're in it. From that point on, like you guys stayed on budget and brought me so much value that there's nowhere else I'll ever go.
I appreciate that.
And I mean, we're gonna end up swapping the engine and drivetrain
Yeah.
out of this too. Why don't you walk me through? Tell me everything we actually ended up doing.
Well, right on. Well, okay, I'm gonna go over what you brought it in for.
Yeah.
You brought it in for heat, AC,
Yep.
new wiring. We're gonna upgrade the alternator while it's here. We're gonna add a new cooling fan because you just had a mechanical fan. And obviously, we wanted to put disc brakes on it. And power disc brakes at that. You had a single master cylinder with one single line, and this thing wouldn't stop for shit. So anyway, we had the all new power brakes, new disc brakes on the front, and as we're doing it, we go to bleed it. Well, guess what? The rear wheel cylinders were so rusted up. It's like, how are they even working? Well, guess what? They weren't.
They just weren't.
They just weren't. So the rear brake hose was stopped up. It would have taken the longest drill bit in the world to fix it. We replaced that, replaced the wheel cylinders. Obviously, that wasn't part of what we were talking about.
No.
But we did it. We had to do that just to bleed it, much less make it all work. So now you can lock the brakes up, make sure you got everything that's strapped in the front seat.
Good, good,
brakes
right?
hard. While I was here, we decided, you know what? This engine bay looks hideous. So we had a 2-barrel on it that was factory. Your kick down for your power glide wasn't even hooked up.
All good.
So we added a manifold. It wasn't of choice. It's probably a little too much for this motor, but we had it laying around and we wanted to give it to you. And same thing with the carburetor. It's a 600
Hell yeah.
electric choke. You know, it's vacuum secondary, but it's way better than what you had.
And it's as close to being fuel injected as we're basically going to get
For
at
now.
this point. Yeah.
Yes. And we had an HVIII distributor. So you had the old points distributor, and we added a radio. So if you ever left the key on and listened to the radio, you'd burn the points up.
Oh, good.
So now we fixed that. And we also added Detroit Speed wiper system. You know, you can select any mode, any kind of delay you want.
I got caught driving in the rain once without any windshield wipers.
Well, that
They're
sucks.
useful.
Right.
They're wildly helpful.
Well, the engineer that designed them probably knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, right. Windshield wipers are one of those things that cars come with.
I don't
now.
like all engineers, but come on now.
Yeah.
When he's done in there, we can show you the audio system.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Oh, I was just riding around with a boombox on the seat.
Right.
I had a dimmer box on the seat that I just Bluetoothed to as my stereo.
So we put a 10-inch kicker sub in there, which I'll show you. He's installing your new glove box because the glove box wouldn't even hold a pin. It was so bad.
It just rot out.
Oh yeah.
This is my oldest I've ever owned. I think prior
Really?
to that was like an 86 CJ7.
Well, this is far cry from that.
Far
It's way
cry
more
from
classic.
Yeah.
It's way more looks. Everybody has a Jeep.
Yep.
It's a Jeep thing. Everybody understands now.
Yeah, right?
It also has the power glide in it. The kickdown wasn't hooked up. So you're driving on the highway, stomp on the gas, try to pass somebody, you just couldn't do it.
Nope.
And you get out and run past the car. Now it'll actually kick down, it'll actually accelerate.
Oh, good.
Last but not least, we also fixed the shift point. There's only one. It's
Right.
a 2-speed. Okay, well it was happening so fast that you're in high gear and that's all you had. So we dragged it up to 3,000 RPM at least. So at least tries to get the motor to accelerate and get the car moving.
Okay.
So that's all taken care of. We also went the extra mile. We didn't have to, but we did. We didn't add a new reservoir, but we added a new pump and all new lines so your squirters actually work.
Yeah. I
It's
never
the little
expected
things.
that to work.
The little things.
Somebody spray painted it when they painted the
Oh yeah, it was red.
Oh, that's perfect.
I blasted it.
Look at that. Oh, one of them's got some height
Oh, it
on
blew the
too.
hose off. That's how good it works. Engine off.
That was me.
That's funny. So yeah, now you got a 140 amp alternator. You have the HVIII. You got the 4-barrel carburetor. You got a aluminum 4-barrel intake. Like I said, it's a little too much for it. We added the valve covers,
Yeah,
the
shave a little weight,
breathers.
right?
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, you know, it's just a package we're trying to put together for the budget it was in. We don't want to exceed the value of the car, and that was what you came to me at.
Yeah, and I'm still fairly certain we're there.
Yeah. So, but a lot of customers come to us, and we still have in the back of our mind the way we wanted to leave here. But at the same time, we've got to be conscientious of what you want to spend and not exceed the value of the car.
Man.
And that's what we did.
Above and beyond, man. Above and beyond.
And in fact, it took throwing some things in and on our own budget and just take care of it. Because that's what we do. We don't want a customer coming here and being upside down in their project, having a whole bunch of extra money on it. I couldn't be
I don't
happier.
have same for me, man.
Good.
I'm so pumped. Let's take a gander at what we got
Yeah.
happening here, unless I'm in the way right now, Matt.
I'm putting some carpet and some insulation in.
Okay. Like putting in a carpet, would you just cut carpet or would you? do
No,
they
I just
sell
buy
it?
it. They sell just for
Okay,
this.
just get an El Camino 64
right,
carpet kit.
Right, and then get a pad kit, or we can just put down insulation. But turn the key on, you can see your gauges light up. You got your
Yeah.
blower working, you can turn it off for sound wise. Yeah, that's your modes.
Oh, that's so much lovely.
Yeah, and then you got your kick panels, speakers.
Yep.
Yeah, look at this, the new
Yeah,
door
these
panels.
are great.
Yeah, they weren't cheap, but it was better than making new ones. The windows work.
Better than they fall in.
We replaced these.
Oh, cool.
That was what your wind noise was on the other
Yeah,
side. This one was broke.
I was aware of when it broke. I went to shut it one day,
Okay.
and then it now
Okay.
ended up in my hand.
Well, it was the loudest whistle I've ever heard. And you got the wipers that are on the delay above that. So your dimmer on your gauges, that's done with a setting with your mode switches down here. You have to have full 12 volts because they're LED.
Okay.
So we'll have to show you how those work.
All right.
But you'll have a day and nighttime selection.
Okay.
I mean, then there's A and B trip odometers, which you might find useful because you do all kinds
Is
of.
that all done down here? Huh?
Yeah, we'll have to show you. I'll have Steve show you how to do that.
0 to 60, 25 seconds. I like that.
Yeah, and then you got it in kilometers right now in case you're doing something weird.
I like kilometers. How do I fucking change back to miles per hour now?
It's got some more, it's like a cell phone. It's got more options you know how to use.
Perfect.
Yeah, but it's very
Is
cool.
it staying in kilometers?
You gotta pry that a little bit, but
Yeah, it's a little tough because of your under dash unit.
That's fine. What is
You
that?
said your roach is still in there.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do, man?
right,
Drive around an old car
right, exactly. You gotta Cheech and Chong it up in a little while.
every once in a while now.
Yeah, you see the 3D printed radio hole selector we put in? And
Yeah, I love that's so clean. There's,
Right.
I hate the big in the way.
Yeah, so it's all Bluetooth. You can adjust it there and on your phone. All worked off a Kicker amp, or I mean Kenwood amp, I'm sorry.
Paul, thanks,
bro.
man. Big step in driving my dream car.
It's everybody's dream car, but now it's yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pumped on it, man.
Right
Dude,
on.
you guys did incredible. I
Thank you.
can't say thanks enough. I love getting to trust someone to take over.
I appreciate it, man. I've been doing this stuff all my life, and I was taught two things. One, do the right thing, and two, to make sure the customer knows you're doing the right thing.
Well, I definitely feel that way, man.
And it's all about relationship.
So it's always been. I'm super pumped. I hope it was okay working with us.
Oh yeah, totally. So,
And,
I mean, I'm big on communicating with the customers, even if I ain't got anything good to tell you.
Well, it doesn't do any good to lie to me
Right.
or hide it, you know?
Exactly. But my point is, if I'm gonna report to you, before you report to me or ask me questions, it makes me look better.
Right on.
So, very important.